a test and see. I am debating how much, if anything, I really want to say. Okay, I'm gonna lost connection with server. So before I jump into Monster Hunter Wilds, I want to say a few things. And this is gonna seem odd because I had a stream up that's now deleted for 33 minutes, where I was gonna go live at a very frustrating day. And I was gonna go live and be like, okay, it's time to play Monster Hunter. I wanted to be on at like 10 in the morning. It is now 5 p.m. and I'm finally getting down with Monster Hunter. And then more frustrating issues for the day arose. But I'm calmer now, and one of the main reasons I'm calmer that I briefly wanted to kind of talk about before I jump into Monster Hunter, I'm going to be on for probably like an hour and some change, is I think at some point in the future, one of the things that's kind of nice about streaming is kind of airing out some frustrations. It's kind of like therapeutic. But I won't do that because I really want to jump into the game. For the most part, I'm just going to say that I was kind of spending a couple weeks getting the stream set up for today or yesterday, making sure the audio levels were good because they were kind of low, making sure that like browser stuff was good, making sure voice chat was good, and PC gaming was good, and that console stuff was working out. And it was one thing after the next, and then I felt like I got it to a really good point, and then lighting issues started to happen. And the lighting issues are important to me just because, one of the things I've chased for such a long time when it comes to my version of streaming is not trying to make it big or, get a huge audience or anything like that. It's just so that when I think back to these memories, they're not frustrating, and they're not, which is kind of what this is, but I want to remember them a little bit more fondly. And as amazing an experience as Elden Ring was, and I don't have regret about this, but as amazing as Elden Ring was, it was a game I really looked forward to, and the first one or two parts of Elden Ring, maybe it could be a good ways in Elden Ring, maybe like part 4 or 5, but it's a decent amount of the playthrough where I was just having issues with Spectrum internet, where I was just dropping frames a lot, until eventually I switched over to AT&T fiber, and then everything was great. The other thing that hasn't really been a big issue, but it's always been something I would have liked to improve about the quality of the recordings in the stream, was just having two lights, coming in and hitting me, so I don't have to change the ISO settings as much, and so that I don't really have to be finagling with, what light and where I need to be to illuminate my face. And, I had some issues with the Elgato stuff that is in the deleted stream, but I'm not going to rehash entirely. And I'm kind of maybe like one step forward, one step back, which is kind of making it seem like I'm in the exact same spot, because I do have an Elgato light on. I'm going to actually demo it here in a second before I jump into the stream or into the game. But if I go into the Elgato settings for the Elgato Keylight Neo that I have, and I turn this off, this side of my face, primarily the left, is what kind of becomes darkened. Because even though my room is somewhat illuminated, it's the whole apartment living, right? It's like the light is kind of like behind me. It's not coming from in front of me. When I turn this on, I'm a little bit more illuminated, at least on the part of my face that, is where the light's not coming from, which is usually in front of me. But I've always kind of had a light in front of me, and I kind of wanted to have them be at this like 45-degree angle. And long story short, it's a work in progress. And it's going to still be a work in progress. I'd really like to not spend any more money on this endeavor just because I'm tired of it. I just want to play the video game in a comfortable fashion. But we'll see how this kind of picks at me because um, I have something. There's something I'm troubleshooting when it comes to Elgato stuff, where I may end up with another Elgato Keylight Neo, and this Neo is pretty good. I'm not really quite sure the technical specifications behind it, considering it's smaller, but it's less lumens, which is fine with me. I don't really need a whole lot. I plan on kind of playing mostly when I have light anyway. But it's more the flanking. It's more the position of the light. It's from where the light is right now. I don't like it being directly in front of me. And the way it's marketed, and you know, I won't get into it, but the way it's marketed, the way it's positioned right now is how it's supposed to work. And I just don't want it that way. I want it to be like, I can't show it on stream, but it's directly in front of my monitor. It's like my webcam's like right here in front of me, and you can kind of tell from the brightness of my finger, or my hand, that my webcam's directly in front of me here. The light is right there. So it's just in front of me. And if I wanted to, I can't use the Elgato Keylight. I don't think I can use the stand that I have now with this thing. I'll have to take a look at it tomorrow. But if I get another Keylight Neo, I'm most likely going to need to get a second one, which is going to be about 80 bucks or 90, because it's like $89.99. So I'm going to need to get a whole nother one. And then I'm going to need to get a whole nother stand for this thing to sit on, because I don't want it to be clamped to the desk. It's just too much finagling when I'm trying to get the positioning right. I think I do want something to sit on a desk. I think if I had a much more long-term, stable streaming space, which is so embarrassing to even say because I've been streaming since like 2017, but if I had a long-term stable streaming space, I would have the clamps, because then I can just put things where I want them and I can always go in the same location. But sometimes I move locations, sometimes something happens and I just need to be able to move stuff around. Even my current streaming setup, like my PC is to the right of me, my PlayStation was to the left. And in an effort to get some stream stuff kind of organized, mainly the lights, I needed to move my PlayStation pretty much right next to my PC. And so I think the flexibility of being able to move stuff and having things sit on a desk is fine for me, but I just want the two lights. And if I were to get another Keylight Neo, I keep saying that way, Keylight Neo, I would need to get two stands. Because I don't think this current one, if this current one worked with my other stand, that'd be great, but I don't think it's going to. I'll take a look at it tomorrow, but I'm thinking about it, and I don't think, like, I'll have to, yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. I'm gonna quickly talk about kind of just some technical stuff that do I want to talk about technical stuff on the stream? Just real briefly, just leading up to the stream, when I was talking a lot about the Neo, which is why this is really frustrating. And I'm only looking a little bit to my right here, camera left, because I'm not looking straight at my computer. I wanted to test something with the Elgato and show this, look at these settings, but I guess I can change this back. But leading up to this stream, you know, if I ever do look back on this, you know, hopefully I'm watching these videos in 1440p. I get to split the difference in that I get to access the highest or the higher frame rates in games, as well as a higher resolution than 1080p, not quite 2160, which is 4K. And it's just kind of like, for anybody watching it, you get to see high frame rate, hopefully, as well as 60 really, and then a higher resolution. Are my lights dimming? I can't quite tell. And then I get to see that as well. Hold on. Oh, hopefully they're not. No, they're remaining. I have it set to, I have my my lights set to a particular lighting. It's not supposed to change. But yeah, so like just making sure the resolution's a little bit higher, the frames are a little bit higher for me, so I have a higher quality of experience. Audio, everything's really been good, and I think outside of the lighting issues that I experienced, it's been fine. So we'll see. You know, I don't really want to spend too much more money on this endeavor, but I'm most likely... The other thing I want to say, I know I'm 10 minutes in, so this is the time I got to jump into it. But the other thing I wanted to also briefly say, and this isn't really any shade towards Thryden or anybody or anything, but it is very, very imperative that I be hitting the sack at around 10 o'clock. One, it just matches up with my work life. where I'm usually up at about 6 o'clock ish. But I don't want to make this an age thing, which it's gonna sound like, but I'm just not that person anymore that can be up till like 2 or 3 a.m. playing video games or watching anime or just kicking it. You know, I can't do that. You know, I'm not at that stage in my life. I don't have that kind of freedom, nor do I want it, because like when I was waking up this morning, I was out of bed by like 8 o'clock. I didn't eat breakfast, if you will, until probably like 11:30 noon. And by the time I was cleaning myself up, it was like 1 p.m. And then I had to drive around to try to find this Elgato Neo. And then by the time I was in and ready to stream, it was like 5 p.m. Like it throws off the whole day to just be up a handful of hours longer. So I don't have a timer set or anything, but I'd like to do a couple story quests and play for a good hour and some change. And then no promises, obviously, but the plan is to try to go to sleep at about 10-ish. I have an alarm set in the morning for about 5:30, and just to get me back on track with Monday. And I'm going to wake up early, play a little bit of Street Fighter, eat breakfast, wax my car, and then, barring anybody reaching out to me or any phone calls, hop on the game and play for a few hours or a couple hours, grab some lunch, meal prep for the week, maybe hop on again for the day, do a couple quests. But that's supposed to be my plan. So again, there it is. But I kind of wanted to at least get some of that out. You know, sometimes when I think about streaming, especially coming in here and streaming this game, I thought, well, I shouldn't stream because I'm frustrated. But if I don't stream this, then I'm not going to play Monster Hunter Wilds. So it's either I don't play it and I just sit here and listen to YouTube videos on the internet, or I play it and I kind of mix in a little bit of, you know, therapeutic venting, I suppose. Okay, but I think that's the most of it done. Let's hop in here. I don't know if I'm still going to be experiencing the audio issues. I think yesterday, part of getting the audio issues addressed, I think, was capping the frame rate. But we'll see. I'm going to be listening for them. I also did go back and listen to my stream from yesterday. And not the whole thing. I didn't have the time. But before I went live, I just hopped on. I'm listening for it. I was listening to it, and I thought the audio levels were, for the most part, fine. Oh, I can already hear it. It's that quality on the sand is not good. Yeah, I can hear a little bit. It's not happening consistently, but I can hear a little bit of the audio popping. And I really do think that it doesn't happen in Street Fighter, and it doesn't happen in like the main menu for the game or anywhere else in the PlayStation menu. So I think it's just like the rendering. And I think what I'm going to try to do, in an effort to not spend too much time working on this, is, let's see. Maybe I can do, let's go back to the title screen for a second. Maybe I can set it to 40, and maybe that'll help. And if 40 doesn't do it, because of how fast it happens... Whoops, did I just jump back in there? If 40 doesn't do it, then it may just be something that I just have to deal with. I just have to, like, weather and be like, hey, this sucks, but it is what it is. Or maybe audio mixing. Maybe that's what's happening. I mean, I am using headphones, but maybe... Maybe that's what it is. Because it is more of an audio issue than it is, like, a video issue. Let me try this real quick. It's a beautiful track. Let me listen for it. I didn't change the 40 because I saw the audio mixing and I'm thinking, oh, maybe headphones is not what I want it set to. Maybe stereo is what will help. But I might have to change it to the 40 simply for the make sure that my microphone's active. Simply for the quality. Man, this sand looks like oof. Come on, let me in. Don't give me an opportunity to be talking more about my tech issues. I guess I'll say, since I'm waiting, when I was listening to the stream of bits and pieces of it, the audio sounded pretty good. I was very happy with my volume to the game's volume, despite the fact that there are no compression settings on anything. Whoop! Let's see, let's listen for the popping. Okay, it is actually, it's more related to the frames, because when I saw that hiccup in frames a second ago, it happened. It's like a stutter. All right, let's try it again. I wanted to jump into the game and I give up. I give up, dude. Some of life's curveballs, man, just shoot me in the face. Whoops. See that? Is that coming through the stream? Hold on. Okay, it is. Well, that actually tells me that it is more of a... Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's see if this helps. I'm glad it like came through as clean as it did, because I was like, it's sometimes hard to hear. We'll see. I mean, so far I've done performance mode, which is the one that you expect it to not happen with. But balanced, if it happens here, I mean, resolution, I'm not playing on 30 frames. So it's either audio issues that performance rate or performance mode or this. This sand doesn't look much better. Okay, I think I got the hang of it. Leaping wide slash. Is this infinite combo? Looks like it. Okay. This is something I was like, I remember starting to get used to when I was playing the beta as the tackle. And there was something I think I remember from World that you can skip a section of the true charge combo by doing a tackle. So, and I think you can also tackle through everything. Like, let's see. Okay, so if you do one, you can dodge, and then this into circle, and then you can tackle. And that's what's also interesting is that tackle. Let me see. Tackle is circle. So you tackle with circle after using a circle attack. At least here you do. But if you do... Then you... Oh, you still... Okay, let me see. Okay, so you always tackle with circle. Maybe not always. I thought there were some instances where you tackle with triangle. Okay, so maybe only when you dodge roll you tackle with triangle? And then otherwise, circle, tackle. Circle, tackle. This. You know what? I very much understand that this weapon's probably pretty easy to understand, but it's still kind of tricky for me to... Like, the way that this weapon goes into different things that I'm looking at, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know it could go there. Like... like, I don't know... There's like a wide leaping slash, or maybe a wide slash? I'm trying to figure out how to get to it, so... Circle, circle, this. No, that's not it. Oh yeah, I can guard. Gotta keep that in mind. Let's see. Okay. Well, I'm gonna kind of just wing it. I think for as much as I can sit here and hit on this barrel, I think that when I'm actually out there fighting, I'd like to believe stuff will come to me, but I think that my hands will just start kind of doing what they need to do. All right, Alma.
Oh, that's right. Have you...
Yes, I've already made my mind.
Wonderful. In that case, equip yourself and we'll be on...
I mean, if that popping is going to happen no matter what, I might as well switch to performance mode. And I'm pretty sure I'll...
You can try out your weapon over here.
Once you've got a feel for the weapon, we'll head out.
Okay.
We can head back to camp if you need to change your weapon.
Alright, let's have the sacred follow the scent. Wow, these sacred are quite intelligent. Give them a scent and they'll follow it on their own.
They're fast, too.
Oh, sprint.
Did you hear that? It's coming from in there. Down there.
No?
I was going to say I'm not going to skip it, but I've already done this in the beta twice. But I want this to be like a cohesive experience, so I'll let it rock.
No! Stay away! Come on, bud. We have to run. can't just leave him.
I'll help. Hurry! Caution. Your target is a Chupacabra, an amphibian type. The guild authorizes you to immediately neutralize this threat.
Dude, that gets me hyped every time. The guild gives authorization. Okay. Alright.
It's targeting you. Be careful.
It's going to attack.
Oh, come on. Okay, so you can't exactly... Oh, that's it. Focus mode. Hold L2 to activate focus mode. This mode allows you to attack in the direction... Okay, that's what I was looking for. I thought it was this, but... Nope. Oh. Got him.
That wound looks vulnerable.
Repeatedly attacking the same part of the monster to open a wound. This will make a monster vulnerable, allowing you to inflict more damage. Use focus to target wound. Okay, got it. And then which button is it?
Aim for the wound while I get its attention.
Nope. Gotcha. Oh. Oh. Well. Okay, press R1 while holding R2. Okay, that's what I was looking for. I was just regularly attacking. Okay.
Hey,
So-
monster! Over here! I'm the one
Hey,
who-
monster. That's it.
Hey, monster! Over here! I'm the one who won!
Hold triangle circle and release to charge and perform an offset rising slash, which can offset a monster's attack. If you release an offset rising slash right as a monster attacks, it may knock the monster back. Okay, so I remember from the beta, this is something that I was messing up. I thought it was when I was turning red. I had to time it like as a counter, but it's more when the monster's attacking. There are a variety of other attacks specific to each weapon apart from the ones introduced. Try out different moves starting with the tutorial on the previous page. Okay, so rising slash, and it's when the attack is about to hit me. Well, not anyone's about to hit me like as a counter to their attack. I think I got it.
Now, engaging with the target!
All right, let's get this down. Oh! request help from other players by firing SOS flare. Hunting parties consist of 4 members, so up to 3 other players may join. If a certain amount of time passes after an SOS flare was fired, I couldn't help but chuckle. But no other players join, then spore hunters will come to aid. Can you imagine? Well, actually, hold on. I don't want to assume, but I just imagine that with so many people playing this game that you'll usually find people, but maybe people don't know how to do it. Spore hunters are also from other units of the expedition team. They'll help you on hunts until other players can fill out your party rings. Capcom. SOS flares prioritize players. When the party is full, a player can switch places with a spore hunter. There it is. It's Capcom. Alright. I'm going to try to tackle this on my own, but I need to get the button config down. L1, up, up. Got it.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
Oh, thank you. Up. R1. R1. Oops. Got it. There it is.
Hang on tight. Don't get shaken
All right.
off. Wait, almost there. We should be safe when we're on the sacred.
This is a great tutorial monster. I'm getting the hang of it. I need a little bit more practice with the mounting, because in the previous Monster Hunter game, you would just light attack them and then move to a different part if they were gonna like throw you off, and then light attack until you got the command and then did it. But this time it's a bit different. There's a light attack and a strong attack, and my guess is that maybe one of them builds up the wound part sooner as a strong attack than a light one. I'm not quite sure, but in this game you can wound multiple parts, and I'm not quite sure what the advantage is there just yet. Dismount, because it makes sense that like you like maybe if you I'm trying to think about this. Here's my thought. If you wound multiple parts and then you run out of stamina and just fall off, that might be useful for a team, because then they can focus strike those other parts of the body. But if maybe you're playing solo, you could do the same thing. You can, wound one area, jump to another area, stab and wound that area. And then when you look at your stamina, go, oh, I'm about to fall off, then focus strike that spot, jump off, and then now you have another wounded spot to hit the enemy. All right. All right, let's see.
Monster flash before me here.
Am I too far away? I think so. All right, here goes. Got him.
Great work! I knew you were the best!
No, See, lighting and technical issues aside, even the audio popping, I'm having a fun time. Sheath. Whoops. I was gonna say something, but I totally forgot. I wonder if the audio popping might go away if I played on 30 frames per second. God, this motif, this theme that they have for the game is so good. Pick up the items. It's very good. I really enjoy it. Send it all to the box.
We're over here.
It's safe now.
It's really more of a cutscene thing. I don't think I heard it at all when I was fighting. Or, I mean, I wasn't noticing because of fighting.
Thank the winds.
Allow us to introduce ourselves.
Wait. Hold on. Did you really do that? There's no way you should have been able to. So, how?
We came because your sister said you were in trouble.
Nona! Where is she? She's safe, don't worry.
We'll take you to her, all right?
I really like my character. He looks cool. He looks awesome. He looks like a true hunter.
You made it! What a
Her armor is gangsta.
Any trouble finding us?
None at all, thanks to your flair.
Alright, so real quick, I just want to say, I didn't tie my hair up because my hunter has his hair tied up. It probably can't be seen in the square, but I tied my hair
You
up
must be Isai.
because when I get ready to go to sleep,
Please, this way.
I need to put it up in a do-rag, and my hair's long enough that like it won't fit in the do-rag, so I gotta tie it up so that it fits.
Hey,
So
Hunter. Back already? Good work.
I just noticed, I looked at him, I was like, oh, his hair's tied up.
Your sister's just over there.
She's been worried, Sec. Hurry.
Do you remember in Monster Hunter World how sad it was
We could do a
when
lot worse for an interim.
you were trying to... Come on, let me not talk over the cutscene.
This way.
Just a quick check
I'm
on
telling you, we just need some space. She's fine.
what she needs after
Which we're perfectly capable of.
Nona!
Isai, you're okay!
The winds.
You see? She's fine. Now scram. Go. Back to your stations. They'll listen later.
I gotta make it past this beta spot.
I didn't properly thank you before. Everything just happened so fast. I didn't know what to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you!
That's cool. Don't mention it, kid.
I'm Isai. My sister and I are from a nearby village.
My name is Nona. It's wonderful to meet you. I'm Alma. The others and I are here on a search. We're from a place far out west.
How did you end up in that situation back there? Oh, it was all my fault. I was careless. I was helping Nona with riding practice, and a giant toad snuck up on us. I told Nona to run for it while I got its attention. But when my Sacred and I tried to get away, he slipped, and we fell into that cave. And so, who exactly are the two of you?
Oh, right. We must have really surprised you earlier.
Forgive me for my lack of understanding, but do you use those tools? I've never seen anything like that before.
Back where we're from, specialists use these tools to protect others from large creatures. With the understanding that they're never to be brandished at other people, of course. Only those with special permission are allowed to use them.
Tools? Specialists? Permission? It's all new to me. But I'm just glad you were there.
Where's this village you say you're from?
It's just a short distance away by Sacred. Nona and I live there with our grandmother.
Would you happen to know of a tribe called the Keepers?
The Keepers? No, I don't. Sorry.
I see. Well, that's okay. We're actually helping our friend here find his home. His people. They're called the Keepers.
The Keepers, huh? Sorry. I don't remember ever hearing that name before. But our elder... she might know something.
I'm adjusting this microphone like it won't pick up my voice. Can you tell us more about Sacred?
Thanks for letting us borrow your Sacred earlier. They were a tremendous help.
Did you train them in your village?
Yes. We raised them from eggs and trained them ourselves. They're invaluable to us as companions.
They're so intelligent. They really came through for us back there.
I know, right? They're great at sensing and avoiding trouble. And at remembering scents. But they're pretty tricky to handle. So not everyone's cut out for riding them. Take this guy, for example. He won't let just anyone ride him. He's almost too smart for his own good.
Nice.
So, when I saw him take to you so easily, I was really impressed. He must have a gift.
The Palico, yo.
It won't do to keep you talking. Let's take a look at those
That
ruins.
Palico to the right, the Game of Thrones one,
Why don't we have a look around base camp?
he's got a cloak. I think it's probably why I wanted my Palico to look like him. I was like, he looks cool. There he goes. He's got a big old sword on his back. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Change a new
Where should we
nameplate?
go first?
Okay. That is sick. Look at this thing. Man, I don't, you never get to see these things up close. Well, yes you do. Nice. There it is, the book. Oh, I was learning how to read this thing in the beta. For a second, I thought my microphone was off. I was like, no. Oop. What do all the buttons do? L1, L2, R1, R2, L2, or L3, R3, circle, square, X, triangle. Okay, that's everything. Swipe down, swipe up, swipe left. Okay, cool. What up? I really liked in Monster Hunter World going and getting the tracks and then learning more about monsters. I was talking to a friend about that. That was so cool. I hope that that's still in this game.
Yes.
Or it'll probably be a different version of it, but... Bottom of the food chain. Something that I realized about myself a while ago, and I think I said this on stream at some point in a game that I played. Whenever I read text on screen, I know that the streamer video game player thing to do is to read it aloud so that people listening or watching can, like, you know, see what can hear what you're reading. I usually don't remember stuff very easily if I read it aloud. I think I forget what game I was playing. It could have very well been something Elden Ring. That's like the last thing I remember playing. But there was something I was reading about the lore. It was Elden Ring. Because I would read something in the lore and I would go, what did I just read? And then I'd read it silently and I would get it. And I just noticed that after a number of different items. So I think I'm just going to do that.
Yeah.
Wait. I'm already yawning. It is 8:47, which is good because I should be getting ready to turn in here soon. See, this is when I want the resolution of the game to be like super high. So I can see this delicious, wonderful cat food. I can't even remember how much was open from the last game, or the beta. Whoa. This guy's... He has a cool coat.
Welcome back, Hunter. Looking good out there.
Thanks for looking after Nata and the other kid. Oh, and nice throwback there.
What can I say? I come in handy. Well, I got everything set up and ready to go. What'd you think?
At the smithy, you can use zenate and materials from hunts to forge and upgrade weapons and armor for you and your palico.
It's not ideal, but I can make do. Especially since we might be on the move soon. But don't you worry. I can still make anything you need to succeed out in the field. And if you got materials, I can make you something. If you don't have enough, I got you covered.
You got me covered?
Got something in mind?
Oh. Okay. Maybe when there's layered armor. I gotta look cool, man. I get it. Armor. But we gotta look cool, baby. Man, I'm looking at this screen like I hadn't looked at it for hundreds of hours in the world. Come on, Justin. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. Is there like a comparison? Well, I guess you don't really need the comparison if it's just showing you, you know, the reds and the greens. You'll just know, like, okay. Alright. I'm good.
Yeah, it was. Bumped you right off the ship and onto a sacred. That took guts. And I've seen my fair share of guts. Wait, that came out wrong. My point is, seeing you jump off the boat brought back all kinds of memories.
Good memories, I hope.
Yeah, I used to go adventuring with a hunter just like you. Together, we tore up the land, sea, and sky. It made me the adventuring junkie I am today.
Cool. Nice.
Well, that's enough chit-chat. See you later at the big huddle, yeah?
I'll see you around. Talk to Nata. Let's talk to Nata. Hmm? Pretty good. Let me talk to that guy.
Well, if it ain't the Avis unit, here to stock up on provisions? Well, you came to the right place, but we're still in the process of getting set up. The support team is a little behind schedule, so I can't really provide any provisions. Sorry. But they should be here any time now. I'll get back to you after the meeting. Deal?
Hey there.
Oh, hello.
I was just gonna say, how you holding up?
How are you holding up?
I guess I'm okay. I was so surprised when you jumped off the boat onto that bird thing. That was amazing.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, I heard you crossed the desert on foot.
Yes. Outside the tunnel, it was sand in every direction. Tashin, that's my father's friend, gave me some food and water. So I walked and walked until I couldn't go another step. I don't remember anything after that.
You were very brave.
I guess so.
So, what kind of things do you like?
Me? I don't really know. I liked the tea Alma made for us on the sand ship. It was sweet and smelled nice.
Well, let's talk again later.
Okay.
I was a fool.
Well, look who it is. That was quite a show you put on back there. They told me you were good, but they failed to mention you were halfway out of your mind. I'm Olivia. We'll be working together a lot on this expedition.
The pleasure's all mine. How do you get roped into this expedition?
Oh, you don't know? My unit has a reputation for handling special assignments. Can already tell this is going to be quite the ordeal, but the rest of my unit is not too fussed.
Sounds like they trust you.
We have our objectives. The Keepers, the White Wraith. But there's more to the job than that. true hunters devote themselves to helping people. That's our calling. So wherever this journey takes us, let's answer that calling. Together. Our paths are many, but the destination is always the same.
So what else have you heard about me? I'm almost afraid to ask.
People say you're a solitary bird, that you prefer to work alone. So why'd you agree to a cooperative undertaking like this? Change of heart?
Change of something.
Well, you're here now, and that's all that matters. I won't pry. So, have you been to the training area yet? There's no better place to learn the feel of a weapon. Have a look when you get the chance. This dream we walk through is fragile, and only through constant self-betterment do we delay its end.
So they set up a training area, huh? Why don't we stop by?
Sure.
I think it's almost time for our meeting.
Awesome. Okay.
Happy to lend a paw with all your training needs.
His voice is great.
Meow.
Meow. I like that. Oh, I wasn't reading what he was saying. Whoa. Hide toughness? Okay. So we know the basic combo. Cool. And then we know the circle combo. And then the stationary combo. Which doesn't feel like a stationary combo, because all these other combos, these other ones end with the true charge slash the leaping, is it? Yeah, leaping wide slash. That like has an end. But this one, the stationary one, it almost feels like a loop. Like circle, and then this, and then circle, and then this. It's like you can just keep doing it. What happens after you do that? Oh, you can go to charge slash after that? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see. Okay, so you only go to level 1. Okay. So so whether you do it here, and then you do it, you're always going to go to level 1. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so then evade, L2 focus, R1 for the focus strike. R2 for the guard, right? Overhead slash. Oh, it's just the regular. This. And go to offset from that. Okay. And then go, oh, can you, if you do this, and then offset, you go to level 2? You do. There you go. No, you don't. Okay. Okay. Alright, cool. So it's just... So if you do offset, it just resets you back to 1. Or starts you from 1, doesn't reset you. Well, hold on. If you do level 2, like let's say you do the second, and then you do offset, do you go back to 1? You do. Okay, so offset just resets everything. Okay. Okay, rising slash. I kept saying offset. That's what I meant to say. It says offset rising slash, but it's just rising slash. Like when you just do it by itself, it's just rising slash. I think. But when you charge it, it's an offset because you're kind of... Well, hold on. Let me... Yeah, that's what I thought. When you just press it, it's a rising slash. Probably for like hitting tails and stuff. But when you charge it, it's an offset because the idea is you're holding it to like interrupt their attack. To offset them. Okay. Alright. I think I've got it. There's one like leaping attack that I still want to just know how to do for my own just kind of understanding. And I'm trying to figure out how to get to it. See, so it's... Nope, not that. So this... It's not this one. It's... It's not that attack. That's it. Strong wide slash. Oh, okay. So I think I'm getting it. So you have a wide slash, which is just circle. And then you have an overhead slash, which is just triangle. But then you also have a strong charge slash. And I think if maybe you press circle instead, you get a strong... So this, and then this. Right. So you get a strong wide slash. And there's probably no true wide slash, right? So if you did this, and then this, and then... Yeah, there's no circle after this. That's the end of the combo. Okay, so you just have a strong one. You have this, and then that. Okay. It feels really wide. I wonder if it's wider than like 2 of those. So 1. Oh, it's definitely not. It's definitely not because the leaping, he like really steps into it because of the tackle. Okay. So this could be like when the monster maybe repositions itself. I know I'm yawning a bunch, but I'm getting sleepy. Okay, I was wondering about this even from the beta, like how do I get to this one? And I want to try using this. Somehow I feel like this is going to be a really good attack. Maybe it's a nothing attack, but I feel like, you know, obviously monster's in front of you, but if the monster moves here, you can kind of... And along with this, you can maybe even like turn your whole camera. So like, let's see, 1, 2, and then it moves. And maybe you can whirl around and just like swing like crazy. Okay. Okay. Wow. I kind of expected to spend a little bit more time learning this, but I think that's all the attacks. I don't know really how easy Greatsword is compared to the other weapons. I imagine it's pretty straightforward, but that's it. I mean, just to kind of recap them, you have the 3 that are on screen, which I think are relatively good go-tos. I mean, at least the first 2. The other ones are a bit odd. Well, actually, no, they're not odd. I think the other 2, especially the rising attack, is particularly good for hitting tails. Because I don't know if you want to just do triangle to hit tails. I mean, it probably will reach. Like, if a tail is up where that thing is, and I think I noticed this on accident when I was turning around. Like, if I do this, it still hits it because it's high enough. But the rising slash will definitely hit it. Which one does more damage? So that does 28. And then just doing a... is 59, I think I saw, right? Yeah, so just doing that's going to be a more powerful attack. Okay. I don't know if I can min-max this, but the advantage of the Rising Slash, given its name, too, has to be that it reaches that. In fact, I think Thryden showed me something once. That you can learn what each attack actually is used for. Hey, Luke. How's it go?
Making some changes?
Strength.
Let's give it a try.
What does that mean?
Practice, practice, practice.
Can't cut through that. Wow. You know, this is going to sound like a random thought, but sometimes, you know, things will go through your head and like an emotion will come and then like it's very fleeting and then it'll kind of like go. This thought that came through right as I hit that metal is I was like, I thought to myself, there's no more Berserk manga. And I'm sad because of that. I was like, no! And then the feeling kind of went away, but it's true. There was something in the tutorial that I remember Thryden showed me. It was like kind of buried deep. What does this mean? Adjust the high performance barrels puncher's strength settings? Like maybe like it's supposed to be fighting me? I'll change it back to 1. Okay, I think it's supposed to be fighting me and it's not doing that. Oh my goodness. Oh, wait, hold on. This is it. This is not it. I'm getting close, though. Or maybe... Hold on. I don't want to look at the charge lid right now. Oh, it already counted as red. Okay. Tip? Tip? Does my pal go fighting somebody? Oh, I guess maybe because I already... Yeah, I already read it. Okay. Weapon controls. Okay, there we go. This is what it was. I think when I looked at this in the beta, it was like, there wasn't a whole lot here compared to like some other weapons where the shit went on for like 2 pages. Like, there's gotta be one of them, right? Like, yeah, look at that. 3 pages? 3 pages? Alright, let me just go back to this one. 2 pages. Alright, so we know about these. Whoa! I didn't know that. Hitting a soft part of a monster with a true charge slash will trigger a true charge slash power. Press circle while charging to perform a tackle, right? Which can be executed without getting knocked back or flung into the air. Time it correctly for a perfect tackle, preserving your current charge level. Ah. Tackle. So while holding triangle. Okay, hold on. Oh, you don't even have to, like... No, you just get right to 3 anyway. It's like 1, then you go tackle, and now you're on 2, and then tackle, and then 3. There it is. But let's soften this up, because it said if it's soft... Okay, is it soft? Okay, it is soft. Now, if I hit with it... Now let's try it. I wonder if that's it. Is that the power version? Oh, I'm in the circle. Oh, I keep hitting triangle circle, and I mean to just hit circle for the tackle. Oh, hold up. Okay, that's right. Yeah, when you dodge, you tackle with triangle. Stop doing that, Justin. I keep hitting triangle circle when I just mean to tackle. Hold on. Gotta try this. Okay, so now it's soft. Okay, so if you just do a true charge slash, let me see. I'm gonna try something. Okay, that was 171 just for 1 hit. Oh, and it did get rid of the spot. Okay, I thought I would have had to focus strike it. I'm going to try this again just in case. So you can't get to strong... Try to see if I can land. I'm gonna do this without hitting L2 to focus strike. I'm too far away. What am I doing? Okay. Alright, I'm trying to understand it. It says here, Hitting a soft part of the monster with a true charge slash will trigger a true charge slash power. It didn't say power on the thing, but I can see that it eats up the soft spot, so it must be that. And it makes a distinct sound too, so that's pretty cool. Press circle will charge to perform tackle. Right. Wide slash. Oh, it tells you. You can chain a tackle into a leaping wide slash by just doing it. That's just circle, circle, circle. And then it says you can, and then a strong charge slash into a. So that's telling you if you do a strong charge slash, which is the second vertical swing, then you could do a circle to go into a strong wide slash. Okay. Hard to reach areas on a monster. So I assumed it was tail. It could not be tail. It could just mean hard to reach areas. Cross slash. I'm sitting here looking at the same text. I was totally thinking about something else. I was sitting here for like, I don't know, like a minute. Sorry. So a defensive move that utilizes the blade of the Greatsword to guard. The direction of the guard can be changed while using focus mode. Press triangle. Oh yeah, the kick. Focus right. Okay. Wait. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Greatsword. Holla at your boy. Basic ass weapon. I ain't trying to read 2 pages or 3 pages or whatever. Alright. That's cool. So we did that. Let's go. I'm not going to start the next quest, but I don't know. Is that where the beta kind of like ends? I don't think there's any real story stuff after that. I think it's just you do that, start. No. There is that creature that looks kind of like a bear. I think that one. It's 9:19. I will do that quest and then I will. If that's the next quest, I'm really tired. Let me see if that's it. I'll probably call it now.
Well, what can I do for you?
And I did, it wasn't lost on me that most of the audio popping that I hear happens during cutscenes. So, I mean, I don't think there's really much I can do about that. I don't think changing the resolution and all that stuff is going to really matter. I think it's just kind of an issue with the game at the moment. I mean, it started just now.
Is everyone here?
Avis unit present.
Astrum unit, Rubrum unit, Turris unit, Ferrum unit, present.
Let's see. Provisions? Research? We're here, for the most part.
This didn't happen in the
Let's
beta.
start with the good news. Thanks to everyone, we're off to an excellent start.
Indeed, we've already made human contact.
The next thing to discuss is our short-term goals. We have 2 objectives: rescue the Keepers and locate the White Wraith that attacked their village. Unfortunately, the tunnel Nata used has collapsed, and we don't know any other way to find his people.
Any idea how long you were down there?
I walked for several days.
50 days.
I'm not sure which way. After a while, it all started to look the same.
Then we'll need to split up. Make our search as wide as possible.
Good deal. Except I think it'd be better if you held off until the support team arrives.
No objections here.
This project to survey the Forbidden Lands has been in the works for years. And now here we are, finally.
Thank you all. I'm sorry to cause so much trouble.
It's all right, lad. We're in this together.
First things first, I think we ought to escort Nona and Isai back to their village, for safety reasons.
That seems wise. If we're lucky, someone there might have some information about the Keepers.
Why don't we stop by our tent and prepare before we go?
Hey, can one of you help me out? My stockpile of honey is running low.
Is it urgent? How bad do you need honey? And where the heck is the support team?
I told them where to find us.
Surely there's someone else that can take care of this?
I'm too sleepy. I'm not getting to the next quest. You and your pal could need to be prepared for hunts. Use your tent to change equipment and organize your item pouch. Can't get another weapon? Oh, I don't know if it's opened up yet to me being able to use a different weapon. Or equip a second one. Unless... How does it know I wanted the bowgun? Adjust the capacity and level of the ammo used in the bowgun by equipping it with mods. You can also select special ammo to suit your set. Oh shit. What's the... Hold on. Am I tripping? What's the difference? When I say what's the difference, not that there is a difference, but like what is... Like one of them is Wyvern Blast. What is that? What is that? X confirm back submenu? No. Yeah, what is that? How do I know what that is? Wyvern Heart Ignition? Wyvern Blast. Hope Rifle versus Hope Cannon. I don't know if I want a cannon. I think I want just a regular rifle. Defensive status. I mean, the damage on this one is higher, but... I'm gonna, for now, I'm just gonna go with the Hope Rifle. Oh, here we go. Places a bomb that detonates when attacked. This explosive ammo will gradually be restored over time. Okay, what's this one then? Oh, shit. Wait, does this also say ignition mode? No. I think this is what I used in the beta. It was tricky. I didn't really use it all that much because it was more of my, I didn't really use the Hope Rifle or the bowgun unless I was mounted. Equipped special ammo. Special ammo that can be used during ignition modes. Hold R2 to continuously fire with power increasing as you hit a target. That sounds awesome. And maybe you can only pick one of these, I would guess. Unleash a close range attack with an offset attack. Press and hold triangle to increase power when firing. I think they showed this in the beta, the trailer, where it's like you're like charging the shot, and then when the enemy gets close, you like blow them away. I think that sounds like that could be it. I like this one. Use R2 to continuously fire with power increasing as you hit. That sounds awesome. So yeah, you can only pick one of these. Yeah, one's a counter. If I get really good at offset attacks with the Rising Slash, I may consider counters down the road, but even with Charge Blade, I was never really the guard impacting type with the charge blade. So I don't really think I'm really that kind of player in any game like that's like counter heavy. So I do like this one. So let's stick with this. This ammo will slowly pierce through targets, increasing in power the more it hits. Pierce. Pierce. I guess this almost seems like this would be more useful for, I guess, maybe an enemy with particularly strong hides. I think as the game is starting out, I might not need that. So, also, I want to make this clear, which is kind of cool. I like the idea of having a secondary weapon, even though it's gonna the learning curve of this kind of weapon is gonna be higher for me. I do like the idea of a weapon that's a bit more complex, that is ranged, but then another weapon that is a bit more simple in its melee. So, yeah. I think I'm going to stick with this one for now. Nobody I can think of is going to have any strong hides, so we'll stick with this. Cool. I did all that, and I can't even equip it yet. Oh, hold up. Use view loadout to check and set equipment. Okay. Equipment. There it is. No, I lied. I got all hype. So right now it's just primary, but there's no secondary. So I think I got to go on a quest. Okay. Okay, cool. The hammer.
How's that wound looking? Hey, over here.
Oh. People. Wow. It's not the people I'm surprised at. It's the fact this music reminded me so much of Witcher 3 for a second. Dang, people are already starting to look cool. Marcus Aurelius? Is this guy a lore character or is this a player? No, they're a player. Alright, I'm going to call it there. I'm not going to say again what my plan is for tomorrow, but I'm already tired. I'm going to try to probably turn in relatively, like within like 15 minutes after I hop off stream. I think the light situation, if I may, I think it's doable for now. It's going to have to grow on me, but because I'm really not in the mood to buy any more products. I don't think I mentioned this a bit earlier about I made a call to Elgato on the deleted stream, and one of the things that was kind of propositioned, and it'd be cool, this would save me a decent amount of money, depending on how much. They made a proposition to give me like some sort of coupon because I've been running all these issues. And for the record, all the issues are, I purchased a ring light, which in hindsight probably wouldn't have worked for my setup, but I purchased a ring light and it was broken when it showed up. And I purchased another one and it was also broken in the same way as the first one. And I was like, what? So then I remember I reached out to him and was like, hey, you guys have any shipping issues? And I'm like, no, nothing we know of. So I sent it back. I got a third Elgato key, or I got a key light Air. It showed up and it was working. And then, I don't think I mentioned this at the very beginning of the stream, but because it only works on a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi range, it won't work on 5 gigahertz. So there's a pretty good chance that what was happening was that it was trying to jump to a 5 gigahertz band, and that's what was causing my lighting issues. But I returned the other one to Amazon because I was thinking it's having this problem. And then the one that I wasn't having the problem with did start to experience the problem. And so when that happened, I was like, what? So I explained this, and so they might give me some sort of coupon, and if they did, I guess something I could do while I'm still on stream. I want to, because I was going to do this tomorrow, but I might as well do this now. Crap, what window? Where's this? Hold on, what's on this window? Before I didn't want to show this just yet. Oh, the stream can't hear the PlayStation music anymore, but I can. Can never go wrong with some Undertale music. Okay. I might need a couple tabs on this. I mean, this is going to be really therapeutic for me at the very end. But so as far as the lights go, let me make this window a little bit bigger. Whoops. What? Hold on a second. Let's put this in rest mode. I'm not coming back to this. Did I save the game? I don't know. Okay. I think my audio's okay. Lighting your way. So, I was just thinking about this the other day. I was like, I think during my lunch break one day, I was thinking like, it's nice that I don't have to be buying Elgato stuff. I've been buying Elgato stuff for not for so long, but it was like one thing after the next led me to buy something else. And I was like, you know what? I'm in like a long stretch. I don't need to buy anything else. And here I am. But this setup, how it is right now, this is actually more or less what I have. This here. It's like, this is... I mean, my webcam is probably... I mean, it's technically flipped where this is on the left side and this is on the right for me. But it's more or less this setup as far as this goes. But what I wanted to point out with this... Let me open a couple tabs here. Yeah, I need to go to the... I think this just might suffice for now. I just might have to deal with having one light. And it wasn't too distracting when I was playing Monster Hunter that it's like right in front of me, but... Oh, that didn't help. Okay. Yeah, it seems as though the Neo is essentially marketed for... This is kind of more or less my setup. This is kind of how it's marketed, is like... maybe you're going to get on like a video conference call, but when you want to have like a stream setup. And I don't need the two coming in like this. Like, this is so close to being what I need. And had my light not given out earlier in the day... it's just that it's out of my field of vision, which I liked. But yeah. this thing is more of like a sits on your monitor kind of situation. And I didn't want that. This is kind of something that I'm contemplating doing. This image here, oh, I can't zoom in on it. It's on like a stand. Hmm. And this thing is $160. There's no way I'm getting this. I'd rather stream completely in the dark than get this. And obviously, it's going to sound like a major issue with Elgato. One of the things I said to the tech support person when I got on the phone with them, you know, standard like, "Hey, how's your day going?" I was just like, "I'm gonna be honest, it's really frustrating. I've been having like one issue after the next with this stuff." The funny thing is that a lot of I don't know if it's fair to say that I haven't had a whole lot of issues with Elgato stuff, but it was like the past 2 weeks has been one issue after the next. It was like the wavelength wasn't connecting my capture card correctly, and the way it's like positioned on the website anyway, and I'm not going to show that right now, but it wasn't working the same way. Getting my audio levels was kind of a pain. The audio settings were kind of a pain as far as getting them to work correctly based on the videos that I saw on Elgato. Trying to figure out if my capture card was had VRR pass through, which knowing what I know now, it's obvious that it does. But at the time, I was trying to figure that out because it's this in between where it's a Mark II. Well, I actually have it written here. Well, I can't access this without changing the source, but it's an Elgato Game Capture HD 60 4K Mark II. And I guess I can show this real quick. If I go to products, I go to capture. Huh? Come on, Charlie. Charlie. This is killing me, bro. So I'm sitting in this in-between limbo space where I thought about getting this at some point in the future. I'm probably not going to do this. I think that, and I'm not going to get into all the technical jargon of this right now, but this doesn't matter. Up to 4K 144, that doesn't matter. This seems like a PC gaming kind of thing, even though it's kind of marketed as a console thing. But variable refresh rate, zero ghostings, stuttering, or screen tearing. I wonder if maybe that's what I'm experiencing. But I just don't know if I have enough HDMI ports for all this stuff. I think it'd be a little bit easier to work with and just a little bit more portable if I wanted to like travel or something. But I'm trying to get to the comparison. Okay, so this. So mine is essentially this. It's the 4K Pro. But the 4K 60 Pro, I had the name written down, and I'm not going to be able to find it right now. But it's closest to this. And when I think about, this is obviously the least expensive of the 4K range. When I look at the pass through, I mean, I have a 144 hertz TV, but most games are 120. And I think I even looked up at one point what PlayStation games were higher than 120 frames per second, and none of them were games that I'd be interested in playing. So it doesn't necessarily matter to me that much. And then also the game has to be compatible. So looking at this at 1440, you can get, I guess, 240 frames, but like no games are like that. You're barely getting games with this. At 4K pass through, again, this stuff doesn't matter. 8K doesn't matter. This, like, you're not going to get an 8K game. And the only reason I was kind of showing this, I don't want to linger on this too long, but the main reason I wanted to pull this up is because my card is closest to this one. There's like some minor differences, but for the most part, The issue that I encountered was that the PCIe slot that it was in wasn't for, I mean, it's been working for a long time. Maybe this is a hardware issue, but I was getting a green screen. So then I reached out to them and, you know, I had to change the port. They were like, change to a different slot. And I only have one other slot that this card could work in. And thankfully, it did work at 4K. But I decided to go to 1440 so that I could run higher frame rates. And now I'm getting audio issues in Monster Hunter. Fantastic. This is good. I was looking at past the earlier. So this at capture, you can get 144 frames. You're probably going to hang out at about 120. And it's, you know, and even Monster Hunter's, you know, the highest it has is 60. If you did want to play at 4K, you could do 30 and 60. That's interesting. I'm not going to do this because I don't think... I don't know. I guess I could try it. Well, okay, I'm totally forgetting this. The capture can do 4K 60, but the game has to be able to do 4K 60, and I don't think a lot of games... Like, even when I was changing that in Monster Hunter on today's stream and yesterday's stream, is that it would show me the 40 capped, there was the 30, and then there was the 60, and the 60 was only available in performance mode, which means I couldn't do 4K 60. Even though the card can do that, the game has to be able to do it too. So, moving past that. So yeah, again, I'm not, you know, crapping on Elgato stuff, but as far as high tech as it is, at the end of the day, the games have to also be able to do this stuff. And if the games don't, then it doesn't matter how powerful your card is. So, looking at the light, there's just no way I'd pay $160 for a light. Especially, the reason that got me on this tangent was that I've been encountering so many issues using Elgato stuff, despite how simple it is, that I cannot justify spending $160. Realistically, and it's funny too, like all this lighting, like this lighting, I got really close to the type of lighting that like you're seeing in these kind of videos. But a big part of it is just where you have things positioned. If you have a light directly in front of you, it's just, or depending on where the light is, it's just going to cast on you in a not so flattering way. And this thing's lumens are really high. I think this thing uses a lot of power too. So, wait, what did it say? Oh, okay. I thought it was like only 35 lumens. I was like, huh? So, this thing here, it sits on this stand. I don't know if the Neo fits on this, because when I was looking at the Neo earlier, it seemed like it's more of a sits on your monitor kind of light. This is the thing too, when I got the ring light, this thing was broken. This specifically down here, this clamp. Not the clamp up here, but I guess like the handle to the clamp. It was broken, both of them. That's just too much light, especially for my situation. Okay, let me do something real quick. Oh, that's what I meant to open. I meant to open the mounts. Open. Why does it do that? Open image in a new tab. That's not what I meant to do. I mean, open. Oh, they kind of don't even really have it. More? Oh, so what I want to do isn't even here. Hmm. Seems like they're reducing some products. So if I wanted to do, I'd have to go to Amazon, I think. Because having just a, like if I wanted to take the Elgato Neo that I have now and put it like over here so it's angled over this way, I don't think that that's going to work. Because they just don't have enough like mount products. So this at the very top here, this thing that sits here, it looks like they don't even sell that anymore. Let me bring this up in a different tab or a different window before. I was looking on Amazon on the other monitor here. I don't think there's a stand for this thing. This might be like, this might be my situation. So yeah, I'm not seeing an option for it. I guess this might be the solution, right? This is kind of where things are trending. Rather than having things like something sitting on the desk, this might be the answer. Is that you might just have to... I guess I'll close this. Oh no, I'm not going to close it. I'm just going to... It makes you wonder, like, if this would work with the Keylight Air. I keep saying that, dude. The Keylight Neo. Because this here is what I'm kind of looking for. These two. It's funny. These products don't even have anymore. I mean, that definitely takes up less space, but I just... This, I don't know if the Neo sits on that. This is kind of the setup I wanted to have. But how it shows this, I don't know if the Neo can sit on those like that. There was one... Let me see here. There was one part of their website that I guess they don't... I'm not quite sure how to find anymore. But when you were looking at products, they would show you what it works with. And this is just the master mount, right? Yeah, so this is just the across the board, most things, camera, light will sit on this thing. I'm just going to do this one more time just to take a look at it, but and you can angle it a bit like that, which is cool. It's kind of advised that you don't angle it like that, but you can. This is how mine, actually mine's not exactly angled. When I had it on the other monitor, it was, but I don't know that it doesn't necessarily go into the technology behind it, but one of the reasons why you want the lights to be up higher and to be looking down is because of the way that the light kind of casts on your face. But there might be just some technology with regards to how the Neo is designed where you don't really need that. Because I've noticed even when my light was working before it started having an issue, one of the things that was interesting to me is that the light was much higher than the one over here. And yet when they were both on and casting onto my face, they were pretty much the same. So it's more like the way the panel distributes light and less how it has to be angled. So one of the things I could do, and I'd rather not do this because this would just be a pain, is there's a monitor off screen here that you can't see, and it's angled a little bit. And what I could do is I could put another Neo on this side and then have it angled towards me here. But this one that's directly in front of me, like I couldn't have it coming to the left. Like this monitor that's in front of me would need to be over here, and then my webcam, it wouldn't work. Yeah, I mean, maybe, who knows, man? Maybe I really do just need the one. I haven't really played with the settings all that much. I'm trying to hop between video lighting and desktop illumination with the button. Oh yeah, I haven't really done this. I've just used the control center for the most part. Something I guess didn't end up working for me is that I'm giving this away. That I've had my, I think I said this at the very beginning of the stream, but I've had my key light in the restroom. No, it's not in the restroom. It's in my closet. I was going to put it in my restroom. But I've had my key light air in the closet because I don't want it blinking while I was trying to stream. And I noticed that it had, like sometimes the other one would reconnect. And what I ended up finding out is that because the key light air only works on a 2.4 gigahertz band, I think I said all this earlier, for Wi-Fi, I had to turn off my 5 gigahertz to see if it would reconnect, and it hasn't. But if it did, then my issue would be solved. And so I left it on thinking like, oh, at some point it'll just connect to the 2.4, but it has not done that. So I don't think it's, I don't think it's gonna. I think it didn't, and it's probably not going to at this point. That is unfortunate. I don't want this to be too bright, but at the same time, yeah, I haven't really played with, I guess I can kind of do this now, but okay, what is this set to, by the way? Case 3200. Okay, let's see. Is this fiddle with the? Oh, you know what? Okay, it did mess. It did. I say mess. It did adjust the color temperature. Okay. Okay, and that made it. Okay, cool. All right, I see. So you can either adjust the color temperature on the actual thing in these two buttons. Oh, I guess it's exactly this. The top one makes it a bit cooler, and the other one makes it warm. But I have the control center here, so I just do this. And I change it to more of an orange because my skin is darker. So if I obviously set it to blue, it's kind of tricky to see, but you can kind of see on my forehead and part of my cheek that like there's that blue. But and then also this is much brighter. This is, maybe change this to like, I think between 12, when I had two of them and they were coming this way, I had them both at like 12%, but I think since it's more or less in front of me now, probably like a 14 is good. But then changing this, so this blue that's on my forehead, I'm just gonna drag this all pretty much all the way over, and it's like this makes my skin look a little bit too dark, but I think something like a 3150, maybe a 3100, it goes away a little bit more because it's more of like an orange on brown as opposed to blue. So, and obviously I can make that more brighter, but I think having like it's funny too because like it doesn't need to be that bright, especially since like if I play during the day, which is when I primarily want to play. I mean, it's almost 10 o'clock. I need to be hopping off here, but generally I don't expect to be on like during a regular weekday when I'm working and stuff. I'm not up past like I'm going to sleep. Like I'm laying in bed by like 10 p.m. So I think being on at like 7, 8 is fine, but having like a 12% I think is fine. And up in the ISO a little bit. I don't think I can really go any higher than 15% before it starts to put too much of a glare on my face. But yeah. Anyway, I mean, this is like when I started streaming today, this is part of the reason why I was gonna hop back on. Because something I said in the deleted stream is that I really don't want to hop back on and play because of my light situation. But as I saw this kind of marketed this way, I was thinking, okay, well, they're marketing it as you only need one light, you know, to kind of solve your issues. Say goodbye to chasing daylight or rearranging lamps, right? Now you dial in light settings to resonate with your personal brand and you stay. So there must be something about the technology, the Elgato light technology, where you don't really need to have two. Now, granted, I'm not going to show this, but I do have a light that's like, it's a ceiling light and it is coming down this part of my face. So if I turned this off, this is probably not going to prove my point all that well, but bear with me. If I turn this off and I'm just looking straight, you can tell that this part of my face is, and this part of my forehead is a little illuminated because there's a light directly above me. And what I had before with the two light setup is that when I would turn on one of the lights, like literally the left part of my face, which is camera right, but the left part of my face would illuminate. And if I turned on the other light, then the right side of my face would illuminate. And so that's what kind of made it even. But with this light now, I just turn it on and it kind of illuminates. You can even see, like when I turn this on, it's hard to look straight because I'm looking at like the stream to the stream thing to the right of me. So I'm like looking this way. So when I turn it on, it looks like it only illuminates like this part of my face. But if I'm looking straight, I've already tested this. It does illuminate the whole front part of me. But something I haven't really tested all that much is if I turn off my light well, maybe not turn it off, but if I turn this down, because at some point I'm probably going to want to play a horror game, and this light, especially where it is right now, is just too bright. It's too bright for where it is. Like I can clearly see it. It's probably not messing with my vision that much, but you can even kind of see in this picture for this dude that is like, yeah, let's move this. Like it's kind of showing you the advantage of, hey, you don't need to be like a professional, you don't have to have professional lighting to still look good on camera. But maybe this is the kind of thing where you have to experience it to know. But a light that's right there, it's not distracting, but you're constantly aware of it. And that's why I would want it out of the way. But I also don't think that how this sits, how this sits up here on this thing, I don't think that that can connect to like stands. I think it's specifically designed to go on top of computers. But yeah, if I were to play a horror game, I would want there to be as little light as possible. So I would probably turn my lights in my bedroom down. So right now my lights are about, I think, 20%. And I would... This actually isn't too bad. I mean, I am looking at this on a silly monitor. The monitor that I'm watching my stream on is like, its colors are all out of whack. But I'd probably want to turn this down even more. So I'd probably go into this and bring this down. It's 15, probably to like a 10. And I can kind of be seen here, but it would just be better. I mean, I might not play a horror game until I get the stand or I can figure this out, because right now, not that there are any horror games I want to play, but if this were my situation, I would not want to play a game with this light directly in front of me. A horror game. Because it's just like, it's too bright of a thing to like be looking at. So let's turn this light back up a little bit. And let's turn this to like 15. Okay. So light done right. Ultra versatile. Oh, hold on. What are we looking at? It says ultra versatile. Move this over here. So you got it here. Oh, okay. So the top two, these two here, control the color temperature. This one's the power button, and then this one's the brightness. Okay. Adjust brightness and color temperature. Yep. Yeah, so softens and spreads the light evenly across your face. So that's what prevents it from like getting the glares. It says monitor mount. That's how it sits. I don't need to have this microphone directly in front of me, but I looked at it, I was like, what? Okay. Monitor mount. Perfect webcam illumination 0, desktop real estate. Yeah, I guess. Okay, so see, this is where it kind of shows it. So you might just be able to... I mean, they don't even sell some of the stuff that they have this showing with. So yeah, it's... You could do this. Oh, so this thing that it sits on, I think I actually have that. I threw away a lot of my production stuff because I just hadn't been using it over the years. But I think I actually have that. So this gives me a lot of hope. This will work. You know, I might buy 2 of these. I don't know if I want to make the trip to Best Buy. It was the Best Buy I went to? I think it was, again. Because, dude, it is such a long drive for how far away it is. I don't want to do it. But I might get 2 of these. Yeah, I'll probably do that. If my Keylight Air doesn't end up working, then I'll probably end up getting a second one and a mount, and then positioning those in the way that I want them. Okay, I mean, it shows on their website you can do it. It's just they don't really sell all these things. Making it connect to an external USB power source for an extra boost up to... Oh, that's interesting. So I don't have this... So with mine, I actually do have it connected to a power source, like it's showing, but I did that mainly for the ability to use the Wi-Fi, because I wanted to be able to control my lights when they were working via the app. But I don't really need it to be bright. If maybe like I had them flanked, I could stand to have them a little bit brighter, but yeah. Up to 1,000 lumens. Wow, it's pretty bright. Not as bright as the air, but I never had the air. Like again, just to show this, this is sitting here at like 15%. So I don't need. My concern is not, oh man, it's not bright enough. But I guess if you wanted to have these like really far away and then projecting onto like a set or something like a podcast set, then sure. Yep. Oh, it says 65%. Hold on, what am I? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is 100. Yeah, it does say 100. Current power supply enables maximum brightness. Okay. Don't kill me. I didn't notice a difference when I did that. Wait. Hold on. Let's bring this up because I didn't notice a difference. Okay, Keylight Neo brightness information. Keylight Neo's maximum brightness is determined by the cable type and power source used. Here are the details you can expect from each power source. Okay, understanding lumens. Okay, USB-C. Okay. Term lumens measures light output brightness of your Keylight Neo. More lumens means a brighter light. Candle, but 12 lumens standard light bulb, really 800 lumens. Okay. When Keylight Neo to USB on port on your computer, you expect brightness up to 400. Cable comes with, okay. I mean, right now it is connected to a power source, but I may change that. I don't want it to be using power unnecessarily. I don't think I need it. Jeez. It's ultra loud. When connecting Keylight Neo to an external power supply, you can expect the following. Up to... See, it says up to 1,000 lumens. 5 volt with at least 3 amps, faster charger. Example power supply. A typical USB-C wall charger for tablets and fast charging usually meet these requirements. I don't know, like, I guess... I guess I don't really need it over Wi-Fi. Because I don't know just yet. I need to do some more testing. Because it says 100%, but I don't know if that means that it can reach 100% or if it's currently outputting 100%. Because when I change this, yeah, let me change to 3% and then close this. What I think this means, and I could be wrong, but what I think that this means is I don't feel like testing this right now, but what I think it means is that if I were to set this to be on my PC, because you don't want it drawing any more from your PC, any more power, it limits it because it's not going to like a wall outlet or something. So I think that this probably won't go as high, would be my guess. Oh, it actually, gosh, this is on the screen the whole time. It shows it right there. Use the control center. I feel so silly. Use the control center app to tweak light settings from your computer phone. Okay, so it even shows you like where the max is. Okay, so this actually still kind of reinforces what I was saying, that like all it means is that if this was connected to my computer, there'd be a line that would say max, and I'm never going to get to that line because I just don't do that. So yeah, it can be over Wi-Fi. That's fine. Okay. Moving on. Keylight Neo works with Stream Deck Neo. Okay. Okay. The thing I was kind of the most attracted to was this one. This is the thing that's going to make me want to get a second one of these. But I don't want to pay $90 for it. I got this one for 76 bucks because it was on sale at Best Buy, which would make me want to get a second one, but I just don't want to commit to buying any more stuff because if I get a second one, I'd have to look and see if my current light has the necessary connections to, which I think it does, but if it has the necessary connections to sit over here, and then if it does, then I would need some sort of second light like that sits on my monitor, and that'd be fine, but I would feel more comfortable with how to stand. So anyway, all right, cool. So that kind of got wrapped up. I don't want to buy any more stuff. I don't want to buy any more stuff. Leave me alone. Okay. I gotta go sleep, and then I gotta wake up. I have an alarm set for 5:30, and like I mentioned, my plan is to... I say play Street Fighter, but it's just because it's something that I kind of do every other day. You know, it's every other day or every day. I just kind of like do a handful of matches, you know, just to keep things flexible. I think I talked myself into something here that I think before I was saying that I didn't want to have this set all the way to orange because it makes my skin too orange. I think setting it all the way that direction, depending on what the lighting is in here, I think that's fine. I don't want to make it too bright, but yeah, you know, honestly, like I said, I'm talking myself into it. I think this is obviously way worse. Right? What is my ISO on my camera? I think I set it to 400. Yeah. 400 is pretty bright. Well, like, I don't get into technical stuff, but it's when I'm streaming during the day, I'll probably go down to 200 because I'm going to have daylight coming in. So if it's 200, this is what it'll be like. And obviously this would be, it's hard to simulate this because there's no daylight outside, but I would have the light on. And so then it would be, ta-da! But that's not as good. 400, I think I read on the Elgato website, is kind of the max before you start getting some more like noticeable grain in your video. So that's why I don't want to go over 400. And that's where the two lights would have been really handy. But let's see. I think that's all I kind of want to cover. These are red because my key light airs. No! Does that work? How about that? Oh, it's not going to work. Oh, I guess it doesn't work in increments, right? I'm not ready to remove these just yet. I still have faith that my Elgato key light might come through. I don't want to get rid of it just yet. Although I'm getting pretty close. Does this still work for my lights? It does. Turns off my lights in my place. I need to get some more colors in here. Wait, how do I... Phillips hue. Right light. I probably won't change this light all that much, so like I'll probably literally just be turning it on and off. I don't think I'll be adjusting the color temperature all that much. Okay. All right, that's enough for me. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go sleep.